Hello again. So this is just some more news that's come in over the last couple hours. And so it warrants doing a video now rather than waiting until later while we're in between the second and third period between Boston and Detroit. The only thing I have to say about that game right now is, whew. Okay, Erik Karlsson apparently is out for the rest of the season with a broken thumb. He will be having surgery. This occurred last night against Winnipeg. And so he's done. Of course, they were already without Couture, Hurdle, and numerous others. San Jose, major key players that either they lost during the offseason or they've lost during this season. And San Jose, I'm going to come out and say it, yeah, their season's done. As much as they've been showing some signs of maybe not really a comeback, but at least, fighting their way into some sort of a conversation, and maybe you don't have to get rid of everybody. If I'm Doug Wilson, I see this news like, all right, so we're going to have to trade some guys. Also, on the out for the rest of the season news, Bryan Little. Winnipeg hasn't said anything about Bryan Little. I think it's because it's a unique situation where they weren't sure what was going to happen. His perforated eardrum, ruptured eardrum, his ear. It's going to cause him to miss the rest of the season as well. Bryan Little's out. So look for Winnipeg to be on the hunt for a center. And unlike the last 2 years where they were looking for somebody to replace Little and push him down the lineup, now they're just looking for somebody to replace Little. So between that and if they finalize buying out or terminating Byfuglien's contract, that should give them plenty of cap space to play with going forward. The one thing for Winnipeg is, with whatever happens with Byfuglien's contract, next season they should be able to have put a more competitive team on the ice, like potentially almost contender level, depending on what Cheveldayoff does in the offseason. But this has been one just test after another. And Little only played the 7 games this year. He looked great in the 7 games he played, and it's a shame that he's out. So we'll see what Winnipeg does and if they make a move. Also newsworthy, Jason Spezza playing in Ottawa. He talked about having a half-empty arena and how that bothers him as somebody with really close ties to Ottawa. Obviously, starts his career there and everything and still has roots there. And he does bring up an interesting point. So for fans staying away, it does give the appearance that maybe it's not a great hockey market, and that conversation gets started. And he said, nope, this is a great community, great hockey community. I really hope people start coming out and buying tickets. And there's a video to be done I've been looking at over the last few days because, of course, they got the new CEO and they're trying to make some changes on the fly here. And it is quite the challenge for anybody running this franchise, anybody who's trying to be that buffer between Eugene Melnyk and the team, to actually get fans to start coming out again in the numbers that they were years back, and to get that support back and that belief from the fans that the right moves are being made and that the right guys are being brought in. It is really tricky to sell fans on that right now. So Spezza raises a good point here. If we see prolonged lacking in fan attendance, and I get it, there are some fans saying, we're not going to buy tickets, stick it to Melnyk. Okay, but, and I understand too, people talk about the distance to the arena and all of that other stuff. Winning has a way of changing all that. So if this team does turn it around next season, watch for the attendance to go right back up again. But for now, it's been low. And another instance of things happening, I didn't catch this yesterday. Jeremy Lauzon got a 2-year, $1.7 million extension from the Boston Bruins. That's $850,000 a year. That's a bargain. I like Lauzon as a depth defenseman. I think he's a solid number 6 guy. I think that Boston really has done a very good job of making sure that their prospect pool remains viable, and they're always bringing in guys who turn out to be pretty darn good. Now, whether or not they have anybody to replace Marchand and Bergeron when they get older, that remains to be seen. But Lauzon gets added as another one of these guys who's come in and played pretty darn well as a Bruin. So there you go, just an update for today. And of course, we're still waiting on the Kane announcement. But I didn't want to just save this for the Kane announcement because remember, I'm also trying to squeeze in a review video here during the day and trying to find a way to do that so that I'm not reviewing 11 games tonight, power rankings, and then previewing 9 games after that. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts regarding any of these topics. Who might Winnipeg go out and get? What might San Jose do now? And what do you think? What will bring fans back to Ottawa? Let me know your thoughts regarding those topics and whatever else you want to discuss in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, just happen upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.